Hello, my YouTube channel followers. Today I'm gonna share you about some kind of electromechanical devices, which is what we call it a smart electric fence. So this smart electric fence technology is one of the most advanced and the earliest type of application area of electromechanical engineering. So under this, today I need to share you is what an electromechanical fencing and what are the things which will be used to construct an electromechanical fencing. So the first thing is, as we know, that Energizer. So Energizer is one of the fundamental components to build any kind of electronic fence. So here the Energizers are basically applied in two main categories. So the first category is or the first part of this Energizer is using the grid power supply mechanism, and the second one is to support the DC power supply for the fences around the bush. We're gonna use it to fence our surrounding or our compound here. So most of the time in the permanent type of electric fencing, we need to have electric power supply or an AC grid power supply energizing a mechanism here. So this energizer is the permanent one, and which is an electric power supply. But conventionally, in order to prevent such kind of emergency, we implement two types under or the synergetic integration of the two, the DC power supply as well as AC power supply under this energizing mechanism. So I wonder, by the way, this Energizer production company, what we call it Nemtech. So Nemtech, their website is www.nemtech.com. So this type is what we call it a Druid Energizer. This Druid Energizer, inside the system there are two energizers or two energizing mechanisms are implemented under it. The first one is the AC power supply, but suddenly the AC power supply is gone over. We need to have an emergency protection mechanism, or to save our compound from robbers, from thieves, and from unexpected situations surrounded to us. So for that matter, inside it there is a battery power supply. So here let me show you about this thing but under it, under this component, look this, and here there is a battery power supply area. So here the DC power supply, which is 12 volts. So this 12 volts is spreading through the fencing wire. So this LCD maybe its limitation is maybe 8 kilometer or maybe 4 kilometer. So we have two zones, the first zone and the second zone. This part is the first zone and this part is the second zone. So the power may be gone. We have an option to save our compound by this security alarm mechanism. So this is, by the way, LCD board. So this is a printed boards, and there are some kind of electronic components. There is a transformer. This transformer is to step down the power coming from the AC, from the grid, diverted into the DC power. I mean that there is a rectification power conversion mechanism, maybe a rectifier, inverter, and other electronic components are integrated under it. Here this is under here there are capacitors. So those capacitors are, I think, 3000 micro farad. So 3000 microfarad capacitors are under it, and these are the junctions when we supply power, and some the control algorithm is under it. Here is a buzzer, so the buzzer and the shock sensing mechanisms are ported with these ports. So this is the inside the board, what it looks like, and how we can control. So we have a key, so this key is especially tested under this area. When the buzzer or the thief or any kind of animal or any kind of short or shock is touched to our guard, there are a high sound of buzzer. So that sound of buzzer may alert the security keepers or the people those who are keeping the guard at the outdoor. So he or somebody came to here and put the key in here, the buzzer sound may stop. So this the internal kinematics looks like. So in generally, what an electronic fence looks like this. So this is one portion of this electronic fence, which is what we call Energizer. As I told you before, Energizers are broadly categorized into two types: for permanently for permanent fence and for temporary fence. We need to have two kind of power supply mechanism. The permanent one implement the AC power, and the temporary one is it may need is DC power. But in here, this company, this dude company, I wonder by the way, this dude company, they build the two systems in one, so that may help the users. So that is the important thing of this these company. So these one LCD Energizer, so these two LCD Energizers, one LCD Energizers, the kilometer barriers and other things are implemented. So these are the components, and there is the battery area. So the battery is 12 volt DC battery is under here. The junction is with the positive and the negative wires are coming from here and connected the battery terminal in here. So Energizers are in two groups. The next thing is about the wire. So wires are especially the most important thing to build in electronic fencer. So most of the time wires, electronic wires, electronic fences may need the aluminum coated high tensile wires, because we know about the relationship of the Ohm's law. When the resistivity increases, what the current and the voltage, the same voltage or the same AC power is supplied when the resistance is increased. We know the direct and the inverse relationship is in Ohm's law. So in order to that, this copper, this aluminum coated wire, high tensile aluminum coated wire is preferable, and which is the more important than that of copper because of the resistance capacity. So this is about wire and Energizer. The next thing is earthing. So earthing is one of the most important component to build this electronic fence. So earthing is the half of electronic circuit. This type of earthing, or so earthing mechanism in electronic fencer, is depends upon the soil component. So the soil is dry, or the soil is like moisture type. So if it's moisture type, we must deep inside. So we put our earthing up to 2 meter deep. But it is clay, or it is sandy, or it may stone type of soil. It's better we put or we insert our earthing terminal into 1 meter or 1.5. It's good. It doesn't matter. So it depends upon the earthing component. So earth